Hello, everyone. Hi, tonight we are playing a one-shot of Vampire the Masquerade, 5th edition. So, it is basically our Night at the Museum, or Museum by Night, if you want to call it with their normal way of writing things. Um, so, the scenario tonight is essentially our group of vampires here are going to be troubleshooting a little issue that a prince of Paris wanted them. I believe his name is Villon. Villain. Whatever, it matters not. I sorry to all of you because they have received word that the British Museum recently uncovered a sarcophagi that may contain a Methuselah vampire. That's a vampire that's over 1,000 years old, and if they awaken, potentially bad news. So your group has been known for their ability to get in places with minimal noise, retrieve things, and bring them back. And you are currently in London. Now, things you know about London right now is about 8 years ago, the what's colloquially called the Second Inquisition, which is a broad term for multiple smaller groups that all operate on the whole kill vampire philosophy. Um, Basically wiped out every vampire in London. There officially there are no more vampires in London. Unofficially, there might be one or two still, sneaking around, staying under the uh, radar, so to speak. But for the most part, every vampire either died or fled that night. Um, it was one of the greatest defeats or greatest um, tragedies of vampire kind, especially in the modern nights. They even slew the prince of the city, Queen Anne, who wasn't the most liked.
She
Uh,
deserved it.
yeah. So that's where you are in. You are right now outside, let's say, a building about a block away from the British Museum. You're at a table, you got the map down, looking at the entrances and stuff as you do to heist places or infiltrate. You do know that right now there's no real backup. If shit goes south, there's no vampires for you really to call upon to help. So with that, let's describe everyone's characters and stuff. Starting with Katrina.
What? What? No. Okay. So can I go last actually? Because I'm still writing stuff down.
Did you not complete your character before the start of the session?
I
Shame.
In
Shame.
Katrina's defense, Katrina completed all of our characters before the beginning of the
said
session.
that. Yes.
And the ones from last night.
Them too.
Do note, I did help with some. I wasn't just letting her do all of it. She just put it down on paper because she's a faster typer. She types like 60, 70 words a minute. So we will skip to Jeanette.
Son of a bitch. That's what I get. All right. So I'm playing Cornelius O'Connor. I was just about 30 when I was embraced back in the late 1920s. I'm a numbers guy. I've always liked to play the odds, which back then counted as the stock market, and over the years has maybe been that, banking, cards, gambling anywhere I can find it. Short, brown hair, dark eyes, a little bit of scruff, usually dresses in up-to-date clothing, but it's got a feel of the 1920s, like the tight pants, like a short trench coat, cap on the head, and I'm Irish. My Irish brogue is definitely worn away over the generations, but sometimes it still comes out. I'm also a Ventrue, so
Blue
don't be
blood.
breaking no rules.
All right, so Jesse.
Sorry, I was on mute. So, yeah, Magnolia Moonbeam turned at 18 the night after her 18th birthday at Woodstock. Her fashion trends mostly towards like the loose and gauzy sort of hippie sort of styles. Uh, kind of that the whole Stevie Nicks direction. Shawls and beads and big boho skirts, long straight hair, and tonight she's got it like super straightened out, and she's a little more understated just because they're working, so less flashy than normal. And a Malkavian tends to stick to the edges of social scenes and just quietly observe, be the wallflower. And most of what she picks up listening in on people while sticking to the wall is how she makes her living.
Sage.
All right. In contrast to Jeanette's character, Dexterius, or Dex, is a Tremere information broker, where she does the physical money. He typically sticks to, or I'm sorry, Cornelius is a he, I apologize. Dex sticks with information, secrets, any knowledge that can't technically have a value, but he is able to put a value on them. The quickest way I can describe it is effectively think Gambit from X-Men, including contacts that make the black sclera and red iris. But the clothing style is basically just my normal black trench coat, darker clothes. I'm not really good at coming up with characters as quick as everybody else is. And I'm panicking. I guess that's good enough.
All right. Katrina.
Hi. Yeah, so I am playing Nissa Valentine. She is a Toreador that likes to market herself as a polyamorous, polyglot, polymath. She's very smart, really good with money. She back in the town that we usually like stay in, she probably has like a club that she owns. But running around, she usually spends most of her nights that we're not working at whatever club is nearest, singing and schmoozing and trying to have a lot of fun. She has really long blonde hair that she usually wears up, and she's usually wearing some kind of red dress. But tonight she's wearing a little bit more understated, just black pants and a red button up. Oh, and she is a Toreador.
All right. So, like I said, we start. You are at a small hotel room that's been rented out for the night. With your initial plans to infiltrate this museum, you notice that there's essentially 4 ways really entering it from looking at the map. There's the main street entrance, which, may not be the most subtle way of entering. There's a roof access and a docking access, and then just like the kind of fire doors around. And so, what's the courier doing? Coterie, it's coterie, not courier. Coterie.
Well, is it closed yet at the moment?
Yes. I'm gonna assume you're waiting for it to be closed before you try to break in and steal shit. Unless you want to go while it is open and there's hundreds of people in the museum.
I imagine that's probably how we got the map. Like we've probably done
We need
some
to decase the
scoping
joint,
out
yeah.
at like the right after it gets dark, just before they start closing up for the night, basically.
I've already hit the gift shop.
You can cut Bubblehead.
Well, unless we can find a way to cut the fire alarms, that's a no-go. Because last thing we need is for the police to show up before we even make it within the entrance.
Quick question on that. Would I have had the foresight of being able to, I don't want to say bribe or intimidate, but be able to barter some setup for one of the employees inside to actually do that?
You mean bribe? You do. That's literally the definition of the word. You mean bribe.
No, not
Yeah.
necessarily bribe. Threaten with information that they don't want getting out is a different kind.
Oh,
It's not
extort.
bribe. Extort.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking
Coercion would also work in this case, but extortion,
Yes.
I think, is more specific.
to cut that for us before.
What kind of resources do you have?
Well, I got money. I've got.
I think you have resources 2 or 3, maybe.
I have 3 resources. Yeah.
Resources.
I've also got spy skills, contact.
Let's see.
Apologies.
Nope. Just I don't have all the skills and stuff memorized, so I have to make sure I get the. There it is. Sheet. So I will have you roll a So you just want to bribe? Or are you extorting? What exactly did your character want to do for this?
Well, the whole thing is information broker. Information is his thing. So knowing that they were going to have to go through the museum, probably would have got information on security, employees, curators, anything I could get my hands on, and anybody that's on security or has access to the system that could cut the fire exits.
Yes.
Alarm.
What I mean is, if you found is how would you persuade or intimidate or bribe the individual? You need to like, how are you doing it? How would your character have done it?
I don't think I follow, because if I have information that they don't want to get out, that extortion would.
Well,
coerce them.
he's asking, like, how do you tell them? Do you just walk up to them after their shift and be like,
Are
hey,
you-
I know you're cheating on your wife. If you don't let us
Are
in
you-
after dark, I'm...
Yeah. Are you bribing, blackmailing, intimidating? Each of those are different skills.
Okay. Assuming it was a security guard, which would most likely have access to the system, I would most likely try to, I guess, blackmail in this case.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm panicking again. Assuming they have some type of reputation, maybe bar fights, drinking, alcoholism, something that was recorded on CCTV that I would expose, which would effectively tank their career if they didn't cut the alarms this night.
In which case, let's have you roll.
Could
to
I-
see-
Could I interject just a thing here?
Okay.
Having an information broker in a coterie working with an information gatherer, it may behoove you to send Magnolia out on a little reconnaissance mission and have her walk unseen among the living, pick up some stories from the guards, maybe figure out what their weak points are based on the chatter you get from, stormtroopers who don't know you're there.
I was just banking off the idea of this being pre-planned. I wasn't expecting to be.
Yeah.
Well, we have to take a step back though and figure out how we got to where we are.
Well, we're kind of starting semi in media res, where you've already done most of the stake out part, so that you can proceed forward.
Oh, but that's half the fun. But okay.
Yeah, but we only have like 2 or 3 hours, and normally sessions that are planning take 3 to 4 hours. If
we have
D&D games are any indication.
if we have a reason to get somebody in a room, I can also
So
attempt
of
to
a bitch.
distract some folks.
Saege, roll me charisma and streetwise.
That's not good. All 3 successes.
3
Sweet.
successes. All right. So you know that at 105, the south. I don't know the orientation of the museum, but let's say the south side fire entrance will be open and the alarm for it will be disabled for approximately 15 minutes. After that, the system itself will reboot and turn everything on. So you managed to blackmail one of the guards who had a reputation and stuff to set that up for you so you can enter it.
Cool. My idea actually worked.
Yeah, I might be. We're probably using a little bit of the blaze in the dark kind of method, where a few things that your characters would probably have done prior hand. We'll roll and see how well you would have succeeded on prior nights.
So a thing that I just realized, Sage and I and you are the only ones that know how to roll for this. So when you're rolling, Kevin will usually tell you one attribute and one skill, and however many dots you have, that's how many d10s you roll. Some powers and some like advantages let you add extra dice to that. But usually you roll your dice, anything that's a 6 or higher is a success. If you get a 10 is a success. If you get 2 10s, they count as 4 successes instead of just 2. But it's only if you get 2 10s. And if you get those on a hunger dice, you have to let us know. That's the other thing. Our hunger is at bare minimum, unless we've recently killed something, set at at least a 1. One of those d10s that you roll should be a different color based on how many hunger dice you have, how many hunger you have. So if you're at 2 hunger and you're rolling 5 dice, 3 should be one color, 2 should be another. Because if you get a critical on your hunger dice, it changes how that critical is infected. It's not just more successes, it's sometimes really great and sometimes really messy.
So anytime you're rolling, you should always roll the hunger dice as one of your d10s?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Because I've got a red one for that.
Should we determine what our hunger is at by the way?
1 default.
Okay.
I assume you
One.
all
Okay.
topped off right
Yeah, it
before.
makes sense.
So,
So 1 hunger, you said?
yeah.
Did we determine what door we're going in?
It's a good question.
South side, 105. Alarm will be cut. We can walk right in.
Oh, lovely. Do we know which guards are on shift and where the guard stations are?
Yes. They probably would have pointed this out on the map, on the museum map that we had.
Got a little folder.
The sucker that map costs like $2.
Aren't they usually giving away his brochures for free from the museum?
It
Yeah.
really depends where you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Actually, it depends usually if there's admission or not. If it's free admission, then they sometimes charge for the map because they got to make up the money everywhere they can.
We're looking at you, National Zoo and DC.
Yep, Smithsonian does that shit.
Anyway, I just wanted a map. It's just a map, people.
So I'm really fast, but I'm not great at stealth. So if y'all want to sneak ahead, and then I can follow up and do
Yeah,
a little
Magnolia.
distraction.
Magnolia can scout ahead and scope the scene.
All
Yeah.
right.
Keep you
Dex can
company,
help.
Nissa.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're going forward to stealth. So Dex and stealth.
All right, so I've got +2 to Dex. I have 2 dots in Dex. Sorry.
And how many in stealth?
It should be towards
4.
the bottom.
4.
Yeah, shadowing. I don't know what that is.
So a handful of your skills will have a second word written in there above the dotted line. Those are what's called specialties. If the skill that you're rolling applies to that thing, so if you were shadowing, if you were like following somebody, instead of rolling what your normal dice would be, you roll your normal dice +1.
Okay, so for Dex, it's at 2 dots. So is that 3d10 that I'm rolling for?
You said you
Or-
got 4 in your stealth, correct?
That's right.
So 4 plus the 2. So
Add them together.
yeah. So 6 dice you're rolling, one of which will be the hunger die.
And they're all 10s?
All d10s, yes.
Ooh, okay. So
And if it says 6 or higher on the dice, it's a success.
okay. All right, so rolling my hunger is a 9.
4 successes on mine.
And then let's see. 7, 8, 9. Wow. 10. Fucking hell. And a 4.
So that's 6 of 7 successes.
So the hunger dice plus 4 of the other 5 dice. It was it was 9, 6, 7, or 9, 7, 8, 9, 10.
5 successes.
5. Okay.
I had 1 4 at the end.
All right. Yep. So you are schnecken. Sage, you were also schnecken. You said.
Yeah, and I got 4 successes on mine.
All right.
I'm sorry. What was that again?
No, I was talking to Sage how many successes you had. So you two are sneaking forward together. So you walk into the south side entrance, and I am looking at the map now. I hope this is the map. I just looked up British Museum map, and it's not that great. Oh, ground floor is first floor. Oh, God damn it. British people, name your floors like us. All right, so you walk in, and you're basically. And the side thing looks like this was one of the emergency exits in case there's fire and stuff, and you see the sign, and it's pointing one way to saying temporary exhibition exhibits, and then another side says British Library entrance. So go on one side is the new temporary exhibits. The other side leads you to the British Library, which is part of the British Museum. That's where the books are, I'm going to assume.
So yeah, Magnolia's gonna lean in to Dix and be like, "Hey, do you want to know something that sounds British but isn't? It's the British Museum."
Right.
Get it? Because they stole all the things from the other countries.
Keep it down.
She's vastly over amused at this.
Yeah, I thought I
Yes.
played a psychotic Malkavian.
So, which direction do you head? You're not sure where the stuff is because most of the people you talk to, you've had a couple days, you talk to guards and stuff, and they're not sure the exact time when they're going to be moving certain things because sometimes the archaeologists and the curators will sometimes just go to where something is, take it to their office, write it out and stuff. So that's somewhat random, especially with the newer things.
Could I use heightened senses to scan and like scope the floor for signs of heavy ass shit getting moved really recently, like scuff marks in the floor?
Let's see what Hein census do's. Do's host.
I was just planning on heading into the back rooms where they keep all of the non-on exhibit
Mm-hmm.
equipment and.
Yeah, it doesn't quite give you quite heat vision like that. As you can see in pitch darkness here, ultrasonic, and
No, not heat,
quick-
not like heat vision, just like getting a look into like in the same way that like a ranger might track to see how old footprints were, right? Like this would be like, are there scuff marks in the floor that maybe you might not notice unless you were looking super careful from when they may have moved such a big heavy thing as a sarcophagus.
Considering it's a museum, wouldn't that be moot with all the different
Also, if
things that
it's-
they've moved around? And
That's why the difficulty to see if they're fresh.
Also, if it's recently here, it might not have been on exhibit yet. Because didn't we learn that it just got here?
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Oh,
Oh, okay. A
Not
couple weeks, that'll
disappeared.
do it.
Jeanette's
Right.
back. Yeah.
sure she's not the one with obfuscate.
Yeah. So, yeah, looking at the floor, it's just tons of scuff marks of things being moved throughout the years. And also looks like somebody might have waxed it the other night. Didn't do a great job. Probably paid a contractor who's not that great. Yeah, maybe they should replace the brushes on the waxing machine.
Probably pet a teenage kid trying to learn karate.
I love how they. Oh God. God damn it.
I'm sorry, that was too good, Jeanette. I had to say something.
Were you
first.
about to make the exact same joke, Jesse?
No, she did.
Oh no, Jeanette.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Jeanette was doing the wax thing.
And that, yeah, that was too good to let it slide. I had to put voice to that one.
Yeah. Though thinking of things, looking at how your maps of the museum, you probably want to head towards temporary more so, just because the other way leads you to where they keep most of the books.
Yeah.
And you don't think they're going to be putting any kind of big, large stone sarcophagus with the books. I mean, it might look good as a coffee table, but
coffin table.
uh,
Okay, we'll go that way.
so as you two are sneaking in, what is Nissa and Cornelius doing?
So, at what point do we go in and help them?
Well, my thought was we'd give them a chance to set off an alarm. And since they didn't, I guess we could casually walk in now.
That's fair. Ooh, map. There is a map. In
Did you literally
Discord.
just use half your coterie as bait?
No,
No, you're too stealthy to be bait.
absolutely.
Yeah, why not? Creep in. Would we know which direction they went?
I literally
Or you
told
guys
you
would-
where the door
Oh,
was.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, like I know what door we're going in, but after you guys got in the building, which path
well,
you
you-
took?
Walk in, see one thing saying towards the books, essentially, and one during one point the other way, and you're probably thinking the same thing. It's probably not with the books.
Makes sense.
Okay, so now that I have a map and can refer back to it, where did we enter from?
Good question. Around 32-ish.
Aha.
But don't use the map as 100% because this Wall of Darkness things will shift when I need them to in order to expedite things so that we're not searching every nook and cranny of a
Wasn't there a
museum.
window over there?
This museum is a creature of chaos. It may take many forms.
Yes.
Like 4 players in a vampire game?
Uh-huh.
True.
Yeah,
Creatures of
that and
chaos.
I actually don't know what it looks like on the inside because it's just this. For people, if we are posting this, if you're watching this, if you decide to do that, the map we're using is one I Googled and it has just numbers and a general layout. It doesn't have like what the interior looks like. So I don't know how tall things are or wide. So,
Okay.
but the details are not important for a story so long as the story is fun and entertaining.
You know, despite saying all of this, there are going to be the people that would bitch and complain about it regardless.
Let's hope let's not have
Yeah.
any of those.
Sorry, I am not a British. It's okay. I've never been to England.
Oh boy.
Definitely not with that accent, no.
That's my Scottish accent.
Oh no.
Listen, it's that. It's my Italian.
Okay, we're serious.
Temporary exhibitions on 88. Love you.
Hopefully that actually. Wow, no, that is not better in any way at all.
It's oh god,
It's not
way,
true. I can see the watermark a little bit more clearly.
way the
Mhm.
fuck up there. Oh boy. How do we get there? What is that connected to?
You're not on mute, dude.
I know. This is her. This is Magnolia like leafing through the fucking map. Like, how do we get there?
Oh, okay, this is
I
better.
suggest the stairs.
You do find a water fountain in the bathrooms.
No, bidet.
Bidet. Bidet.
Bidet, benight.
So you're walking, stealthing, and with the heightened senses,
Mm-hmm.
Magnolia. Yeah, it's like for some reason my mind was like Mandrake. That's totally different person.
Different plant.
That's it. That's actually a pretty great name, like for a tiefling.
You can call him Drake or Mandrake.
Come
Anyway.
on, man.
With your heightened senses, with like hearing and stuff, you do hear what sounds like a footsteps and whistling from a little bit further down. You're thinking it's probably a guard just walking, whistling how they work.
Yeah, I'll I know enough about like hand signals to like do like the silent stop fist, and then I'll point down there, and then I'll make it like an exaggerated breathing motion.
Hmm. And so you're to a stealthy, and Nissa and Cornelius, you're walking. About how long did you wait for them to do their thing before you entered?
Maybe about. What do you think?
They give them at least 10 minutes or so head start.
Yeah.
All right. So Magnolia, Dexterius, you are, I'm guessing, still trying to stealth and not just be standing in the middle. I'm assuming that. And you see a guard just kind of like walking around. Dex, you vaguely recognize this as the guy you blackmailed, so they're probably going to go close the door because they said 15 minutes, so they're probably going to make sure the door is closed so they don't get in trouble later. But they're just kind of like whistling. Looks a bit like Ben Stiller.
I knew that was going to come up.
Oh yeah, just get out in the beginning.
All right.
Can I snap my fingers and turn his flashlight on to distract him?
Can you?
It's not really a power that we have. We
No,
can't control
It's
electronics.
part of Night of the Museum.
Oh,
The character
right.
created
Oh,
a
okay.
flashlight he could
Oh.
snap on and off.
I got it.
Wow.
It's been a while since I've
I
seen
haven't
it.
seen that. We haven't seen that film in forever.
Yeah, it's been.
I'm just waiting for Robin Williams as Teddy Roosevelt.
Hmm. Why am I in the British Museum? I'm Teddy Roosevelt.
Probably shoot at us.
So is this, walking, whistling like I can't whistle, so.
There you go.
Yeah, just walking, swinging the keys, kind of thing, and just walking on by.
What are the chances of pickpocketing those keys?
They're in his hand, so pretty
Mhm.
hard.
Unless I go up to him and use Cloud Memory. Make him
Wait.
forget he had the keys on him.
You could attempt to make him forget the thing. You have to get eye contact with him.
Give me a second. It says Charisma and Dominate. I don't see a Dominate.
Dominate is the power.
I don't see.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I want to give it a try. And those keys could be useful.
So
I guess I would step out of stealth and try to make quick conversation to try and get the power off.
just sounds like, ah!
You literally let me in here.
Okay, first of all, just because I let you in here doesn't mean I want you sneaking up on my ass. There's a difference between opening the door for you because I don't want that stuff taken out, and you just sneaking up and be like, boo, like some sort of like thief. Okay, less I know the better, but yeah, you just sneaked up on me. That's scary, man.
You
I don't
know,
care who you are. You're just gonna be like, woo, and I'm gonna be like, whack with my flashlight next time. I know flashlight jitsu, man.
that's fair. But no.
I kind of like this guy.
Don't eat him.
And as I say the word no, I want to try and Cloud Memory.
All right, so memory. He's just like, he shakes his head. He's like, ah!
It says several minutes. Don't give me that crap.
Current situation or several minutes. So, but yeah, he lost memory. He just opened his eyes now, and he's like, ah!
Oh, come on. Give me a break. As soon as the Cloud Memory was at least activated, I'd have gone for the keys and then gone back into stealth. You want me to be that specific from now on? I just need to know ahead of
Cloud
time.
memory is typically used after you do the action, so that they forget you did the action. It's like flashy thinging them and then punching them in the face. Then you have to flashy thing them again.
The entire purpose was getting.
Yeah, but you got your order mixed up. You had to do the thing before you erased memory of doing the thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't fog the next thing you do. It fogs the thing you just did.
Okay, so then snatch the keys from his hands while he's jabbering on or trying to portray flashlight jutsu.
All right, you're gonna attempt flashlight jitsu with him.
I just want the keys, not flashlight jitsu.
Yeah, so that would Dex and Athletics sounds good for that, or larceny if you have larceny, that's higher. So either Dex and larceny or Dex and Athletics.
Looks like it's Dex and larceny because athletics doesn't have squat.
Well, if you do squat, you can get better athletics.
I swear to God. Well, 3 successes. It's as much as I can get.
All right. So you reach out as he's talking and grab the keys, and he like went to like smack your hand, and it's just like, dude, what the hell? And now you cloud memory to make him forget the last few minutes.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
So that one is charisma and my cloud memory.
Oh, you don't have to roll for mortals.
Oh, neat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unprepared mortals.
basically, unless they're trained to know better, you don't have to roll.
Mhm.
The guys you ran into last night were trained to know that vampires can fuck with brains.
Oh, cool.
Though, once again, roll your what was it, Dex and Stealth.
Okay.
To get back in stealth quickly. Jumping behind a ficus or something.
Jumping on behind a statue of Athena.
So 4 successes.
All right. So he looks around and he's like, huh? Okay, I had my keys walking down the hallway. The fuck did I put those keys? Shit.
I've been there, man.
Although this time it was actually something happening and not just.
It's like, oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble. I gotta go report that. Damn. Goes out to walk. He's like, guys, I did it again. Coming back to office. If someone finds my keys, let me know. I'm gonna search the last few places I went to. I might have left them in the Egyptian exhibit again. That key sticks there, so I'll be heading there. I'll file the report.
Do we know anything about where the sarcophagus came from? Like, area-wise?
It was in modern day Iraq.
Okay.
Mm. So as we're walking, I'm holding the map out and I'm like, so where do we think we're actually going to find this thing? It's not on display.
Well, no, but if it's a big sarcophagus, it's probably not going to be very far from where they plan on putting it on display. So I would imagine wherever the... Do we know how old this guy was? Do we know who we're looking for? Who this Methuselah was?
No, the intel you had is essentially this. We'll pay you typical going rate, which for you guys is about 20K a piece. To infiltrate and recover a sarcophagus. There were pictures from the dig that show it, and it had Enochian script upon it, which is why they're pretty sure it's a kindred, because not many people outside kindred utilize the Enochian script, and that the dating would put at whoever was in there as a Methuselah because it is old. So hopefully they're hoping that whoever it was has been in torpor since this time, so they would be awakened hungry, but not as powerful as they could be.
So, good news. I don't think we're very far away. The section for Assyria, Nimrod, Nineveh, and ancient Palestine is actually here on the first floor,
Oh, well, that's
or the
good.
ground floor. And so we'll head that way. Trying to keep ears open for that guard, because I know there's going to be at least one of them around.
Yeah.
Also, question.
Aren't like they isn't Isn't Fall Guy actually like going in that direction right now because he's misplaced his keys?
The last few places, but he did mention the
Yeah, so
sarcophagi.
Magnolia would like to shadow him.
Just him and his shadow.
And Dex should probably head back to the rest of the group, or at least back towards the door we came through.
So roll your so Jesse, roll your dex and shadowing.
Okay, so shadowing I get 4. Now is okay, you said because of the specialty it's what now? Extra?
1 extra d10.
Okay, so it's actually gonna be 5 for shadowing. And then another 2 for extra for Dex.
And 1 is replaced by the hunger die.
Replaced by?
Yeah, it's not added to your pool. One of your regular dice just becomes a hunger die pool.
Alright, so it's 5, so it's 7 all day. Is that
Yeah, still 7, 6 regular, 1 hunger for a total of 7.
okay? Good grief. Okay.
I have a dice roller if that helps.
That's fine. 4, 6.
I've basically been
5,
using a dice roller plus
7.
the 1 red die that I have.
2, 5, and 8 on my hunger die.
So that was 4 successes. Did I count them right?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe you're right about the dice roller. That might be a good idea.
So you're shadowing. All right. So as you're shadowing, you do know that guard does like stop for a half second, like it just keeps going.
Anybody else feel like we're in Looney Tunes all of a sudden?
Yeah, especially because like she's doing like the whole like pirouetting and like dancing behind him thing, but she's doing it completely silently.
Pauses behind a statue and then continues.
Yeah, like
So if-
just like matching the poses on the ballerinas.
If she completely fails a roll, is she then humming the Mission Impossible theme song?
Yeah, it's probably like Gold Dust Woman or something.
Not to reference our game from last night too many times, but I imagine it's the Kronk stealth scene.
Mm-hmm.
He's up against the wall. Ah!
That's exactly what I was going for.
I do have a question for the storyteller. Under my merits, it says I have obtained a recording, an interview with the Methuselah, and I'm to ask for the storyteller to provide a secret regarding that Methuselah or their clan. Does that apply at any time?
It would apply anytime, Katrina. You should really.
Sorry.
I'm just, you can think about it. You don't have to tell me it right now, but if something that you think of applies, I was looking at it and I'm like, I should ask about that.
Yeah, because normally I believe that reflects a specific Methuselah.
This is in parentheses, it says a name. I don't know if you want me to say a name out loud.
It's the Carmelita one,
Yeah,
Kevin.
Nilsson.
She's the one who provided the
Yes.
recording to you, not the actual Methuselah you'd be
Right.
talking.
Okay. So yeah, when that pops up, I will try to. No, if not, just remind me, and I will come up with something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So Magnolia is proceeding forward to shadow this person. Nissa and Cornelius are going forward. What was Dex doing again?
Heading back to the entrance we took to group up with the other two.
All right. So you head back. You see the other two kind of not stealthing as well, just kind of walking up.
I like to think that I've taken Nissa's arm and we're strolling as if we're on a date in the museum. So if anyone
Absolutely,
comes
yeah.
up, I mean, maybe we're here for a private evening.
Or
Dex.
drunk, or both.
Or drunk. And the door was open. I mean, hell, why not come in?
Dex would flash the keys that he got, showing you that
Ooh.
we've got effectively unlimited access.
Nice. Well, I'm guessing we're going in this direction, and I point on the map. That's at least where most of the artifacts from the Middle East are kept. Guessing it's as good a place as any to start, at least.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Do any of you like notice her missing or like?
I mean, yes.
We notice her missing. I don't know if any of us have any chance of actually finding her.
So
wondering about it?
Playing into their date, Dex is going to kind of walk forward as if he was a tour guide. So if anything does happen to come up, I can at least try to lie my ass off out of there.
Also my plan, so good on you.
I was gonna go with we're all three drunk.
That
Found the
could
door
work
open.
as well. I mean, Dex could be a drunk tour guide.
Fair.
Dex could
Best
be
kind
like
of tour guide.
he could be like trying to score some tail and be like, "Hey, you want to see what happened in the museum after hours?"
I've actually heard that it's haunted, but you can only see the ghost after it's closed. So you've got to come in when it's closed.
Well, of course. I mean, it's not gonna show up in the middle of with everybody there.
So, as you're all going down, Magnolia, as you're shadowing the guard and stuff, you see him like turn into the Egyptian thing. There's a sign that's like, British Museum, Egyptian mummies. I'm not sure what the sign said, but so they walk in, but you see the guy stop. He's like, "Wait, y'all don't belong here," and you just hear like, "Phew," and he just kind of drops to his knees, like, "Ugh."
Did I happen to see what got him? Like in terms of like what actually was it a crossbow quarrel or a bullet or
He had walked forward just slightly out of sight. You can more than likely easily turn around, kind of turn the corner to see. I'm gonna guess you are doing the more like,
yeah, definitely going to peek.
doing more of a peeky thing. You look down and there's to see some blood coming from like his throat area, and you see what appears to be several figures. One of which is wearing like a suit, kind of bald, hitman kind of ish look, and he just has like a silenced what PP whatever gun, that.
The Walther PPK.
Yeah, just like, and it's just like, no witnesses.
Oh, I'm not gonna make myself known, but do I recognize these individuals based on their look, outfit, any of that?
It's like you have not, just based off the what little you can see right now, you're not quite sure. As far as you know, they should not be here.
Clearly, but then again, neither should we. Okay, I would spend a little time on the other side of that wall, like listening as hard as I possibly could with my enhanced senses.
As you are listening, they start speak. You understand, like, you don't speak the language, but you can kind of piece together that it is possibly Egyptian Arabic that they're speaking, and like, you can't make out the words, but that's what they're speaking, which and they are there.
Can I get okay with the enhanced senses? Am I able to smell if they smell like kindred or kind?
Um. Okay, so Kine and Kindred don't have much in the way of smell from each other.
I remark on this only because it does say explicitly that animals can smell death on us. So I imagine.
Not an animal.
No, but
I'm not an animal.
I'm not a fucking mineral or a vegetable.
You're a corpse. Because there's actually a different power that allows you to detect undead vampires.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, sense
Yeah.
unseen, I think.
No,
Wait,
it's
the one that
actually
didn't take?
animalism. Remember, sense the beast.
I thought sense unseen could also see supernatural things.
Yeah, I think it's like if they're using the power, like if they're trying to obfuscate.
Oh, that might only be if you're using vampire
Mhm.
powers to hide.
I think so.
Yeah.
Make
But,
yourself more obvious by trying to hide.
Mhm.
That would just go to figure.
Yeah, it's sense the beast is the one.
But sniffing doesn't work this way.
Yeah, you don't really like you're sniffing and the smell of the blood coming from the corpse is just overwhelming you. It
Oh,
smells so sweet and delicious.
yeah, there is that. But like, I'm fairly certain if I try and grab it, I'm gonna get noticed. I know. I should go get my friends. So yeah, she's gonna turn around and quietly skip back to where she left her friends.
Alright. I'd say move
Did we
around.
hear any of that?
Do any of you have heightened senses active? Nope.
Not currently, no.
At most, there could have been like the slightest sound of a book dropping, which is kind of what a gun would sound like from distance. It's just you slamming a book onto the ground. Pew. In a few moments, you see Magnolia just kind of skipping around the corner a little, like.
Oh, hey, I would have thought you were a lot closer.
Somebody died.
What?
Somebody died. No. I was following him, and he went into the Egyptian exhibit, and then someone shot him. Oh, that reminds me.
shit.
There's someone in there. They sound kind of Middle Eastern, and they want no witnesses. Yeah, they want no witnesses.
Great.
Great, someone beat us to it then.
Can we beat them?
I mean, as long as we don't kill him.
But anyway, there's a fresh snack on the floor in there, so we should probably go hurry before they get it.
Do we know, are they kindred or kind?
I don't know.
Great. Super.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I mean, at least it won't be a dull evening.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, we could try and get there before them.
Oh no, they're already there. We gotta hurry.
Great. Super. Let's do that then.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, question. I have languages too, so I know a dickload of languages. Can I say one of them is Arabic?
Sure. A specific dialect or just generic Arabic?
I would say generic Arabic.
Okay.
I don't think it makes sense for her to be as young as she is and know Egyptian.
Well, it's not Egyptian. Even though we call it one language, Arabic has a lot of dialects throughout the speaking kingdom. So someone from Morocco, if they're speaking Moroccan Arabic, and someone from like Egypt, they might not actually understand each other as well, just because there's so much dialectal differences.
Probably just whichever one is most common is
Yeah.
the one that she would speak.
But if you know standard, you can kind of make out what everyone's saying. It's kind of like, we speak English, but you go to Australia or England and you're like, I have no idea what half of you just said. I mean, you're speaking English, right? And they're like, oh, I'm Scottish. And you're like, ah.
Yeah, we go around to Macca's and then have ourselves a little chicken nuggets.
Yeah. So, or if you go to the deep Appalachian bluegrass territory,
So, shall we?
Might as well.
So you proceed forward. Are you more stealthy, or are you just gonna like charge in?
Well,
might
I
as
think
well
we should
try
be
stealth.
sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to continue to be my sneaky self.
So I'm going to do a thing. I am going to attempt to rouse the blood because I am terrible at sneaking. So what that does is basically I roll a rouse check, which is just 1d10. And if I succeed, then I get the benefits just fine. If I fail, I still get the benefits, but my hunger increases by 1. And when you rouse the blood, you get to add 2 dice to any single roll that you do. So mine would be the stealth roll.
If I only have 4 dice to my stealth roll, should I do that too?
It's up to you.
So
I got a 10.
All right.
I have an alternate idea.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming this was all pre-planned, I've got clinging of the insect. I would effectively try to be walking on the ceiling, but doing it stealthily, because there's not a lot of people that look up.
It's a very good point.
And if I could add that to my stealth, then he's nomming. Let's give him a minute.
So I think I'm going to use another thing and maybe try and spend a willpower to re-roll some dice because I rolled not great.
All right. So
that's never mind.
yeah. So yeah, it's normal.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say.
I say it for you. So Saege, just roll your normal stealth. What that would do is reduce, because stealth is it's like an opposed roll for their senses. It's going to give them a penalty to finding you instead of adding or subtracting dice for your roll. That way you just have to roll the same numbers.
Okay.
So the thing I'm talking about is there's rousing the blood, which can increase your hunger. You can also choose to re-roll 3 dice in a dice pool that are not hunger dice. To try and get more successes by spending 1 willpower. And once you run out of willpower, bad shit happens. Is that the way of frenzy?
That could be a frenzy, yeah.
4 successes on mine.
All right.
So,
To make
oh, I was gonna say. So to start with, I rolled and I got a failure on the resolve dice, which means my hunger goes up by 1.
Mhm,
Right? Okay, but I get 2 extra d10s in my roll for stealth.
mhm.
Okay, but I have to roll 2 blood pool die now, right?
Yep.
Okay. And what's the bad if I roll on those?
If you fail if you fail to roll and get 1s on those, you get what's called a bestial failure, which can cause compulsion and a bunch of other things. If you get a critical, which is 2 10s, and one of them is a hunger dice, you get what's called a messy critical, which is you succeed, but succeed very vampirically. Like it's more noticeable with certain things. It all depends on the role. It's not like a universal, like everything happens, but yeah, interesting. And I'm guessing
Okay.
Magnolia got like 13 successes. Jesse?
I re-rolled and I still only got 2 successes.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I needed to make another stealth check based on, but okay.
If I could use an example from last night's game for that critical, messy critical, one of our warriors went. Well, I can't really say warriors. One of our characters went in to attack to try and take out a guard. They were just going for the throat to try and silence him. They got a messy critical.
You
Mm,
ripped his
shredded
throat
it.
out.
Yeah,
yeah.
blood, viscera everywhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So wasn't exactly as stealthy as we were hoping.
All right, so I got a 4, 8, a 9, and a 5, and then so that's my stealth dice because I'm not shadowing
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, anything
And then
6 and above with 6 inclusive is success.
okay, so that's 2 successes so far. Oops, and then okay, 7 and 4. Oop, hang on, what am I looking at? Okay, there's my shit. Dex. Okay. So yeah, 3 successes all day.
All right.
I also got 3 successes. And a 1 on one of my blood pool die.
All right. Thankfully, you got successes because if not, you would have bestial failed. All right. So y'all kind of stealthing towards the Egyptian section.
I was gonna make a joke. There's a
It's like-
song for that.
We all start hugging the wall, and then all of a sudden Magnolia just goes.
Exactly. Thank you.
So
It's like, what are
You
you
got-
doing? I'm blending in.
yeah. So you get around there. You are you entering the section itself? You're trying to pass by it.
No, I'll be like, once we get to the point where you can see dude's feet hanging out of the doorway, I'll point down and be like,
All right.
When we get close, I would like to activate Fleetness. That lets me add to my dice pool for non-combat dex tests. I should have done that earlier.
Possible.
I at this point am going to heighten my senses. Just
I angry,
mm,
but I am very fleet.
Mhm.
I'm Spider-Man.
Peter Parker.
So,
So- I was just going to ask, out of curiosity, in this kind of environment, I'm imagining that being above the lights on the ceiling would give me slighted. Well, never mind. That's something for you to decide. I'll shut up.
yeah, I don't know what the lights are like in this building.
Well, the way I figure it, at least in the back sections, they're usually the ones that are low-hanging fluorescent lights, like in almost like in a
Yeah.
warehouse. So I would be above those.
But there's also
Only-
exhibition. Yeah, I have no
cool.
idea. So I'll go with the hanging ones for now and just say they also have like I don't know what it looks like, but I'm maybe low hanging with some like occasional skylight to add the extra room during the day. Maybe I don't know. We'll just go with that for the moment.
So I think this might belong in the merit section, but it's written under flaws. I've got a bloodhound.
Um,
Yes, it does
Yeah, that's
belong
right.
under the merits.
Okay.
yeah.
What is the significance and function of resonance as it
Um,
pertains to this?
for the most part, for this scenario, not much.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it might
resonance
be
is
able to tell you whether or not they're human or not, because kindred don't natively have resonances, right?
Would I need to smell them bleeding, or is it like just like the
Oh
smell?
yeah.
and yeah, it's a feed. Bloodhound is good for when you're feed to get certain kinds of flavors, because different flavors will allow you to level things differently. Once, or if we ever do a actual campaign, a lot of these skills and merits really become more focused. Unfortunately, because this is a kind of a specific
shot.
3 hour, one shot 3 hour scenario. It's some of the stuff that your characters have probably won't come up. It's unfortunate, but there's only so much we can do with the points we have. Um, but eventually, I do want to do a couple more vampire games for other people's and stuff. So be on the lookout for whenever I can get some time that other people can also play.
Oh,
'Cause,
I'll hang on to this character sheet then.
yeah, my just biggest thing is that I have certain free time, but not everyone else does. So it's like I can do a game at this night, but then not as many other people can play too, because so many people are in games, which is good. Games are good for us.
Games are good.
It's a bonding experience.
Play more games. Games are good.
Mhm.
The world is terrible. Distract yourself.
Enjoy yourself for at least 3 hours a week.
I'm
Smoke
immediately
weed.
reminded of the guy from Judge Dredd who hacks the recycled noodle machine.
Oh, that Judge Dredd. Yeah, it's fun, but oh my God, yes, that guy.
The Stallone one.
Rob Schneider.
Yeah, Rob
I
Schneider.
do not
Well,
remember that film at all. Like I
Oh,
know it existed, but I have no memory of it
more
whatsoever.
We'll watch it
specifically,
later.
he hacked the machine and he was giving the machine's voice. So he basically was riding around covered in noodles inside the machine going, recycled noodles. Okay, great for the environment and okay for you. In that exact kind of tone of voice, trying to hide inside this machine
Oh,
right before he
perfect.
got yanked out. So.
Yeah, like most people give Rob Schneider, shit, but he's entertaining enough, and that's what matters to me.
Okay. Um, while everyone's getting geared up to kick a lot of ass, Magnolia is gonna start like scoping the perimeter, like from where she can see in the room, and like see if there's any security cameras set up in there. Her larceny skill is high enough that she can actually disable that stuff if she can get into it.
Oh, somebody sent pictures. Cool.
Actually, that's something we were discussing. Those images are on the exhibit areas, not what I
Oh.
was thinking.
Oh yeah, this is the Egyptian exhibit.
Okay, so it is full on display.
Yeah, this is the display area.
Okay, I thought we were.
Or at least that's where the people we're following are.
Yeah, these people are breaking into the exhibit area. Our quarry may or may not actually be in here. We might just be actually interrupting some art thieves and have ourselves a nice little snack while we work.
Yeah, as far as its potential, this is just a totally different group that decided to rob the place the same night you did.
Nissa would like to listen in and see if I can understand anything they're saying.
It's Ocean 7-Eleven.
God damn it.
So you're listening. You hear some talking this, and it's like this is going really well. Yes, we will receive the artifacts. We will return them to Egypt for so that the other followers will reward us. It would be good. And it's like the church will very much appreciate this.
That face.
Oh, also with heightened senses, Magnolia and Nissa a little less just because you're focusing, but Magnolia, you do hear behind you a little bit, not too far away, what appears to be crying coming from behind you a little. You do know there were several doors and offices a little bit away from you that they were closed when you walk by, but you do hear maybe crying coming from one of them.
Your face, Jesse.
Hmm.
So
Oh yeah, there's a dead guy on the floor in front of us too, so everyone be aware of that.
he's not crying though.
Why?
Not anymore.
Yeah, just-
No more tears.
So what is everyone doing? As Dex was stealthing in on the ceiling. Um,
I want to try and get a look at their gear.
so you get a little bit closer. Look down. You see 6 individuals right now. They are standing what appears to be a glass container, and you see like an urn in there, and they're talking. They are wearing suits. You can it kind of looks like maybe most of them are wearing like a light vest underneath things, kind of like a not like tactical kind of gear, but still a bulletproof vest for
Payday instead
yeah.
of
Yeah, and looks like most of them are armed with easily concealable handguns, as opposed to larger things. It's London. Guns are very noticeable in the city, so they are and obviously carrying the easier concealed things. So basically, like the Walter PPK with the silencers and variants of that kind of gun. And yeah, they're just kind of standing around looking at the thing and talking, as Nissa's hearing them.
in this.
Are we far enough away that if I say something to my friends, they would hear us as well?
Magnolia and Cornelius probably not. Dex definitely. He's on the
Okay.
ceiling in.
Oh, yeah. I will whisper to them. They're talking about an artifact. Still not sure if they're kindred or kind.
So believe it or not, Magnolia actually has a pretty halfway decent investigation. She's got 2 dots, which, according to the book, it says you have a firm knowledge of criminology and the signature acts of local rogues. Did these guys seem like any kind of a criminal outfit, like, or cult that might be working in London at this time? That might not be anything that might not belong to to the kindred. Like, could these be some weird living cultists?
They well, let's see.
Like, what exhibit is this they're playing around here? This urn, like, is it their
It's the Egyptian exhibit.
right? But I'm saying is like this specific item they're playing with here. Is this? This doesn't look like our quarry. Clearly, like it's not a sarcophagus.
Yeah, it's hard for you, everyone but Dex to really see what they're around, just because the size of the exhibit. Dex gets a better thing. So what Dex sees, it's a kind of a canopic jar, but it's slightly larger than most, and it has what appears to be a cobra head on it, as opposed to like the hawk or the Basset's face and all that stuff.
Okay, so if they're going after the urn, my first suggestion, if anybody's going to look towards where I'm at, is to give a hold signal. If they just up and get out of our way, if they're only here for the urn, there's no reason for us to engage.
I mean, unless that's. Do we have like an image of the sarcophagus? Like we know this thing is.
Well,
still,
we know it's not going to be as big. It's going to be a lot bigger urn if it's got a person in it.
You were sent a manila envelope that did contain a nice Polaroid image of an image on it.
Okay.
Not to mention, if the Methuselah we're looking for can fit into a canopic jar, I don't think we have a problem with him anymore.
Dear me, I am the lucky one. I am foot tall.
It's like the Nurhachi from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a problem anymore if he can fit in that jar.
That's fair.
Nurhachi's a really small guy.
Problem is they're here for what they're here for. If they're not here for what we're here for, they're not our problem, but they're our problem if they tip someone off too soon and we don't accomplish what we're here to do.
I mean, if their alarms are going to go off and somebody happens to get caught, oops.
I mean, if it's them, yes, but I just don't want to get interrupted before we're done.
I mean, we could make a lovely distraction with these people.
We also haven't engaged yet. We can always
We
back
haven't
off
yet
and
found what we're
head where
looking
else
for,
are.
too, though.
Then let's go.
Okay.
So, quick question. I have the ability of bloodstones. It effectively tracks whatever I use it on. I don't know the
You have to
specific
touch them.
terminology. Oh, you do have to touch them?
I'm asking.
So basically what it makes is it makes like a tracker beacon. You can sense the direction and where it is. As long as they have wherever that stone is, you should be able to know the distance and direction of where that stone is.
So, for example, if I happen to tag them with one of them, if we go about our business and they suddenly cause a problem, I would be able to effectively figure out where they're going, most likely to get caught, hopefully, and we could just head the opposite direction.
Just might be kind of hard to plant it on them unseen because even with high obfuscate, as soon as you actually roll to touch somebody or do something, it's going to break it.
But you do actually have to touch them.
I mean, you're putting a rock in their pocket.
Oh, so it is an actual rock. Okay,
It is a
it
physical
didn't-
stone. It might
okay.
not be very heavy, but it is a physical object.
It is a stone inner magnet. It's essentially a vampire GPS because the Camarilla don't use modern technology much anymore because of what happened in London.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently you can track phones, but you can't track mystical bloodstones. Well, you can, but you know what I mean about tracking them. You track them, but other people don't track them for you.
Never mind.
Now, Magnolia's getting distracted by the crying, though.
Mhm.
Like she wants to go check that out.
You go check it out.
Y'all got everything over here? We're good? Because, like,
I hear that, too.
there's someone. Sounds like she might be in distress.
So you guys can do what you want. Dex is literally just giving you the hold symbol to wait anyways, so there's no harm in it.
Okay.
I'll wait with Dex because I'm fast as shit when I'm I have this power going anyway.
Yeah, I'll go check out Loyorona.
And I will follow Magnolia.
So
What?
I got you.
You're on.
We didn't go to figure, right?
So you go, and you see what appears to be a office door that's slightly ajar, just enough that you can kind of hear someone in there crying. Just like,
Is there anything else I can hear besides just the weeping?
saying stuff like, oh God, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
That sounds like a good time. I would like to very carefully just peek in the crack of the doorway without like trying to open the door.
Kind of peek in. You see near there's like a desk, and you can kind of see the shadow from a little bit of light shining that there is someone kind of curled up behind a desk, probably trying to hide or crying while they're doing it.
Can I see them at all?
From your angle, you can't really see them, but you do kind of see their shadow on the wall, so you kind of know where they are. It's just they're trying to make it to where if someone was at the door, they don't immediately see them.
I think I'm going to have to power up a little bit and use a rouse check to kick on unseen passage.
Okay. So rouse checks. That's just a D10.
Just a D10.
Yep.
What happens if I get a 10?
Nothing.
Just
I
good.
just mean, yeah.
Okay.
So, just again, especially for high ones learning, rouse checks 6 or above means you don't get hungry. 1 to 5, you gain extra hunger. But even if you get that hunger, you still succeed at the roll. So it's not a activation roll. It's more of a, do I get hungry using this? Because you're getting the blood roused.
Okay. So with unseen passage, I can move about in the cloak of shadows. So as long as I don't do anything to actively draw attention to myself, I should be able to move unnoticed in the room.
So door opens, you use unseen passage. You just kind of hear the person kind of quiet, and it's like, the horror movie thing where they're trying to hold their breath.
Did she suddenly like get more scared? Like, oh shit, she saw the door move.
Yeah, it's like she heard or knows that the door moved, and it's just like,
Okay, that's fun. So, yeah, making my way around like the desk, trying to get the backside of this individual based off of the shadow positioning.
okay, just see him at, it's one of those desks with the little where you standard desk that you see in movies and stuff, like the fancy bigger ones, not like
Yeah.
the modern office desk that you always bang your knees into the little thing. You're like, but one of the older ones.
Mm-hmm.
I keep banging my knees at the desk at work because they have like this extra bar where you're supposed to put the keyboard thing, but they remove the keyboard thing, but the bar is still there. So it's like,
That's the worst.
yeah, it's like, okay. So you
Make
go and
friends
you,
with maintenance.
yeah, just kind of see her. She's so it's a woman. You can kind of tell from the crying and everything. Wearing slacks, a like white and blue top, it kind of a little like light jacket that really doesn't do anything for warmth, but they sell to women and they're like, yeah, it's supposed to keep you warm, but it's like see-through thin. And she's just kind of like sitting there. She blonde, shorter hair, not a Susan cut, but more like a
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And she's just like,
Magnolia just like takes a minute and just tips her head and see if the cobweb has any ideas about this. She's not really sure what to make of this individual. Definitely smells like prey, but we're not here to snack, so.
I'm waiting in the hallway until I hear either conversation or anything else from inside besides the weeping.
It's like I would try and engage with this person if we had a valid excuse for being in here, but she doesn't. So, and she's not cagey enough to come up with a convincing lie on the spot.
so the person's just like, kind of scared. You can tell.
It's too bad I can't like throw my voice.
Yeah, that's a different power.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. All right. So what Magnolia will actually end up doing is like going back to the doorway and like pulling the door to, but leaving it like so it's just ajar, and she's actually still on the inside.
So the person is just gonna like peek up, reaches up, grabs a letter opener.
Okay. She's just gonna camp here and like kind of stalk this thing for a while.
I'm going to give it like 2 minutes or so, and then I'm going to gently push open the door and like look around it at Magnolia.
She's got like the big cat eyes, like she's like in like booty mode, like ready to pounce.
Put up a finger. I'm going to say very quietly and calmly, "Is someone in here? Are you okay?"
Oh, are you talking to me or to the woman in there?
I'm actually talking at the woman.
Oh,
but
okay,
I'm
well-
sure you can react however you want.
You can see this then because she can't.
I mean, if you're sense unseen, unless you have.
Oh, actually, maybe no, you can't either, can you? Because it
Nah.
obfuscates against vampires as well.
Yeah, you need sense unseen to see where you
Oh.
are. Yeah.
Then she's
Yeah.
still doing this, but you don't know.
So, yeah, the person just kind of like, he just looks over and it's like,
Are you okay?
she's just like, they're men with guns. Get in here, quick! Close the door.
I gently shut the door. There was a door open downstairs by the roadside. That must be where they came in.
I don't know. I just came in to do work tonight, and I heard a gunshot, and I looked out, and I saw Jerry on the ground, and I just came in here.
Would be a Jerry.
I did see that poor gentleman's. Yes, I don't. Do you know? Did you hear them? Do you know what they want?
No, I saw the dead body and just ran into my office.
That's probably a good choice. I think that you should stay here and just stay out of sight. And I'm going to go for help.
No, you can't leave.
Why?
The standard protocol is you stay put, run if you have a chance, but they're too close, and then if you can't do either, you attack at the end. So you
Okay.
hide, run, attack.
I see. Did you alert anyone or call anyone for help?
I did hit the alarm for the guards, but
Okay.
they're probably calling the actual cops because they're unarmed.
Okay.
We're
That's
not
good.
designed for this. We're not Americans.
You know, I honestly don't think that they're all that designed for it as well.
They're used to gun violence, though.
But yeah, no. Um,
Magnolia is like has the temerity to look a little offended, but is like,
Yes. Yeah, I hit the silent alarm. Hopefully someone will be here soon, but like normally there's a red flashing when that happens, but it didn't flash initially. I'm not sure if like maybe someone disabled it or something.
oh well, if they have guns, they may be capable of doing just that. Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, just stay with me. We'll be safer together. Where do you work?
Well, I'm actually just visiting. Like I said, I saw a door open downstairs and thought that was odd. And
Yeah,
I'm the curious type.
well, hopefully they don't kill curiosity doesn't kill the cat tonight.
I've got 9 lives.
Wish I did too. But yeah, I'm scared. That's like I've never encountered anything like this, and I've traveled some places. Like I even like it was kind of scary when I was like I was part of a team that went to Iraq and we found some really good stuff and came back, and that was a bit dangerous. Uh, there was some fighting not too far from us at the time, but it was still far away, and we had people with guns and stuff. But here it's just me and you,
True.
and there was Jerry.
Poor Jerry. I've moved up and like knelt down by her under the desk. I see the letter opener in her hand. I'm like, oh, good, you're safe. Can I kind of get a good kind of like locking gazes with her?
Just look, and you see like the watery tears, like a little bit of mascara running. Just
All right. I want to mesmerize her. And I want to tell her, this is what you're going to do. You're going to leave the letter opener on the desk, go out the door, down the stairs, and go home and have yourself a nice cup of tea. Yep.
Wouldn't you know the alarm was turned back on the door that was closed after we came in?
yeah, but that's irrelevant here.
Yeah, she obviously can get in and out. So
Yeah, she can go out a regular door.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
If she's
bad.
here, she's a worker. But
yeah. So you're doing that. You thinking what you're trying to tell her is a bit too complex because it's got a conditional modifier.
she's
Yeah,
freaked out.
that second level one, it's mostly for imagine them kind of like a puppet.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of
So, just the way mesmerize work, you can basically be like, as quickly leave the building,
Okay.
and that's what they do. But when you start adding those conditionals, like when you do this, then go home and do this, that's when it doesn't take hold. It's like too much robotic. I only function on zeros and ones.
I gotcha. Okay, so I would then quickly exit the museum.
I gotta quickly exit. Puts the thing down. It's like, oh, I should get something to protect myself. She goes. You see her just go next to her desk, pull up like what looks like a old shield. It's like,
Even better.
I love this woman. Holy shit.
Yeah, Magnolia, as your heightened senses looking around, you do notice that there are Middle Eastern like artifacts. Like there's like a old old like Kopesh on on the side, and like a couple like old rusty daggers and stuff. And it's like
Ooh.
she grabbed the paper cutter and let her over there.
Yeah.
Also, I out of character, I have this moment of thinking to myself, "Oh shoot, Middle Eastern. Maybe I should have asked her where the thing was before I sent her on her way."
Ooh, Kopesh. So, like, I do have a point in melee, so I would like to arm myself with something out of here.
Pick it up.
I mean, it is a historical artifact. It might not stand up for more than one good blow.
But it'll be awesome when it does.
Sometimes all you need is that good blow.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's what you said. Well, not what Kevin said, but that's
This
what you
is a
said,
different
Kat,
kind of
about
Baltimore by
the,
night.
That's what you said about my letter
so-
openers that still took out 2 tactical
Yeah.
guards.
So I cut back to Dex as all that's talking. You're on the ceiling waiting. As they're doing that, you notice one of the guys is looking around and pulls out what appears to be a vial with a dropper, and it's like it starts dripping it onto like the glass, and you just see some smoke etching into it, almost as if they're using some kind of acid to start getting through the glass.
Okay.
Immediately,
I see.
Magnolia's head pops in the window. Acid?
That's what I see, you said?
Yeah, because you're
You have a bird's eye view. You're looking
assuming
down.
you're concurring while Cornelius and Magnolia are dealing with Crying Woman.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because I have corrosive vitae. Would I recognize this as such, or is this actual acid?
It is your 100%. It's acid. It does not smell like Vitae. It doesn't have the qualities. So they're using actual acid.
Okay.
And they're just like, as Nissa, you're hearing translate. It's like, we will get the jar, the urn. And the one guy's like, I think it's a canopic jar, not an urn. And the other one's like, Nigel, come on, man. Oh, okay. We will get this, and we will be honored, and this will be great. The other followers will love us. That's not the shut up, Nigel. As they are trying to get through it.
I just look up to where Dex is and raise my eyebrows.
So I'll hand signal to hold and just okay. Just asking if that's a good idea at this point.
I'm following your lead, dude. Like, she's not great at combat. I'm basically just here as a distraction.
But you know
For if
what
this goes
they're
to shit.
saying. So
Yeah.
if you gave me the signal to somehow intervene.
That's the other thing. Yeah,
Right.
I'm listening so that we know if we need to kill them or bug out.
Exactly.
As time goes by, you do notice that as they finally cut through the glass thing, one reaches in with gloves on, pulls out the jar, and it's like, yes, we finally have it. And then they all kind of like stop and kind of turn as Nissa, Dex, and stuff kind of hear like just a as maybe somebody's running the hall, and they're like, and the guy's like, might be another guard. Go. And one of the guys just pulls out a gun and starts walking towards where Nissa is.
Ooh, 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 ooh,
Fuck.
ooh, 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 ooh.
I would like to hide.
I kind of want to ambush this guy.
Actually, yeah, no, I'm gonna stay where I am and try to hide. Oh boy. Okay, so 2 hunger dice, 2 from Dex, 0 from stealth, but 3 from celerity. Oof. 2 successes. Oh no, I lied. 3 successes.
Okay. Person just kind of walking. It's like, you see, like, if this was Metal Gear, the thing would turn to like a caution for a second.
The eye partially closes.
And they start proceeding down. So
Oh,
Magnolia.
so all the ones in that room left?
No, just one guy's leaving.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Dex, you do see the one guy walking towards Nissa. Magnolia, if you were after the woman left, you grab the Kopesh and stuff, and are you and Cornelius leaving the room?
Well, I suppose we would have to, yeah.
Hmm.
So you open the door and leaving as you see the shadow of this person walking, trying to turn the corner. It's like,
I'm gonna duck back in. Like a hide, I don't know that I didn't break my cloak of shadow, so I should still be under stealth.
just like, he's like, you see him pull out a little radio. It's like, shh, there's a lot of, well, Nissa understands what he's saying. He's like, this museum has strange noises. Like everything's creaking and moaning. That one's very obvious. And they are walking down towards kind of like the direction you guys had come up from.
Mm-hmm. So, what Magnolia would hope to do is like, if this lone guard happens to like make one of my teammates, the idea would be to like draw down and muffle them so they get distracted enough so that hopefully my partner could steal the gun from them, because she is not very strong, but she is sneaky.
All right. Hold on, give me 1 second. It looks so up. All right. Yeah, so they're walking. They don't seem to have noticed anyone. So you got that.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't roll good.
Whew.
Yeah. So you're gonna shadow the person?
Yeah, we kind of got to get back on this thing, but like I haven't broken my cover, so I guess the only thing really for me to do is just keep an eye on trouble here and make sure they don't become more trouble.
So as you're doing that, since you have a slightly since Magnolia has heightened senses and has a different view than Dex is looking out from above kind of thing, and you're looking like directly from behind. Roll a let's see. Oh, what's a good one here? Intelligence and occult.
Okay, I have +2 for intelligence. So, and I don't have any extra for occult. So,
Remember, you can rouse the blood.
it just did though, and
Okay, you don't have to.
I'm sure I'm gonna get hungry before this is all over. Fuck it, sure. So, arouse check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 7.
All right.
Okay, so what is that? +2 now?
Yep, you had 2 dice.
Okay. So 4, 5. 5. Okay. 1 success, 1 fail, 2 success, 3 success. Oh, and do I need to make a blood roll as well?
Yeah, the hunger is always part of
It's a hunger. Yeah.
skills.
Okay. 3.
All right, so let's see if that works. In the chat, you see that symbol tattooed on the back of his neck. And you know it as the symbol of the ministry, formerly known as Followers of Set, a
I love their music.
clan of vampires, or at least part of their church, potentially.
So are these like human followers, or are they potentially like embraced?
Probably human followers, since it's kind of hard for vampires actually to have permanent tattoos, since every time you wake up from night sleep or day sleep, I mean, you return to the state you were when you died.
Oh, wow. Sucks for virgins.
Jesus.
They address this topic in True Blood, believe it or not.
Huh.
I'm not surprised.
So yeah, I'm going to whisper a quiet little swear under my breath, and I'm going to have to go find somebody. I need to go tell somebody this. I
Well,
need to,
Cornelius is essentially right behind you almost.
all right.
Indeed.
So like I will like get up right behind Cornelius and like tap him on the shoulder and just like whisper, it's like, your followers are set.
Shit.
No set.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I think we should regroup and
Kill them?
no. I think we need to accomplish our task and get the hell out of here.
Okay.
We don't want more like Jerry. That I feel bad. Let's go.
I know, so much wasted.
Yes, that too. But yeah, let's.
Cold now.
There.
Just she's like she's pouting because it's like it's just all this food going to waste.
You can have a hot beverage later.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so we go back and find Nissa, and if Dex is still on the ceiling, sort of motion like.
Did all of them leave, or did they just follow the one guy?
Hold on, responding to a message.
Also, like when I first saw that, I thought, "Oh, great, they're a hurricane warning."
Yeah, their new symbol is a lot more hurricane warning than their own symbol.
Put your
Yeah.
mic down, love.
Hmm?
Mic down.
Sorry.
There you go.
Okay. So, yeah, just the one guy had walked out. The others are there. Dex, you do see them. They have the thing, and they bring out one of those big suitcases with all the foam and everything on the inside to gently put it in safely, and like putting padding and like popping paper in, and then like those little ghost fart things, styrofoam little things. Yeah.
I have never heard them described as ghost farts.
Ghost
That's
poop, maybe?
all. That's all I've heard of them growing up.
What are we talking about?
They're
There's
like
little
packing peanuts.
yeah.
Ghost farts?
Ghost turds. That's
Ghost-
what they were called in my house.
My God,
Baltimore.
nothing like it.
I was also that weird kid that whenever we got like a big box or something that had them in it, I would just sit in the box. But I also had really long hair, so they fucking stuck to everything.
I
I'm
want to
just
see a
walking
picture of that.
around and have look like a fucking colonial old guy with the curls.
They're
That's
closing
cute.
the box. Like, when you're done searching for whatever noise that is, make sure you meet us at the docking bay. Or loading bay, not docking bay. This isn't Star Trek.
Well, yes. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, we should go find the thing.
I'm just waiting for them to walk past before I slip out of here because I know that I am not the stealthiest. So I found a good hiding spot. My ass is staying there until I'm forced to leave.
Yeah, so they start walking towards where all of you all are, and they're just kind of like,
Not all of us.
a handful of you. So they're just like, one's like, that's a weird sensation, almost like some sort of chill down my spine.
Chilled her to the bone.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been halfway tempted to use the corrosive vitae and just rip it on one of their necks, just to ensue
That's-
chaos. But
That's a very mall kind of idea, just to fuck with people.
Oh no, we're in the wrong game. This is not Alien. Ah!
I mean,
Magnolia Bruce.
I'm hanging from the ceiling. I could drip acid on them if I wanted to. I could literally just jump down at any point in time, just as a surprise.
And you really don't want to get a kiss from them.
True.
Basically xenomorphs.
Yeah.
All right, cool beans. So I'm guessing Magnolia should probably go skip around the hallway and see if she can find the damn sarcophagus.
They start searching. So you wait a bit for this cult to basically just leave the area as far as you know, or are you like just moment they're around the corner, you're like trying to go?
Well, like at the one time, I don't want to be too precipitous in my departure because I know that's going to get somebody's attention. But at the same time, if they leave and they end up having the thing that we're looking for, like already in a case or in their van somewhere, and they just came back for this bit, and we let them get away, then
We've already discussed it though. We're not looking for a jar. We're looking
no,
for
I know, but I'm saying is like, what if that wasn't the only thing they came for?
What if they already have the sarcophagus in their van?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Dex, on the other hand, would start walking around to effectively do the same in the opposite direction, sticking to the ceiling but looking for said sarcophagus. Since I can already see you guys are basically right on top of them anyways. So
Yeah, once they turn the corner, Nissa's gonna wait for a couple of seconds and then creep out to try and find somebody of her friends.
You
So,
can't see me.
Nope.
so y'all doing all your stealth and things, searching. So let me roll some things.
Sneaky, 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 sneaky.
All right. So you're moving around, and after some searching through the room, just stealthing around, searching for rooms, you do come across quite a few dead bodies as you are walking through, mainly guards. You like go by a room, and it looks like one of the break rooms, and you see like 3 just like hunched over, all of them been just.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Is there anyone still alive?
So far you've only found one live person. You told them to
Get the fuck
GTFO.
out.
I was hoping for someone like in the shot and wounded, but not quite off category here.
Yeah, it looks like they've gone for nothing but headshots.
Oh, dicks! It didn't leave us anything.
What a waste.
As we're a little bit further away, Nissa will film in. So apparently they were looking for canopic jars. It's mentioned something about like followers. I think they're either cultists or ghouls, one or the other, perhaps both.
Magnolia said they had a symbol on the back of the neck. Order of Sec.
Oh, the ministry? Lovely.
Yeah.
One of the 13 clans of vampires, or at least their church, which you're familiar with. They aren't too. They're secretive, but the name is still there.
I know you said clans, but it kind of sounded like you said clowns.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
One of the
though.
13 clowns of the vampires.
Yes.
Exactly my point.
A vampire clown. That's terrifying.
Honko, Bobo the Grim, Fangly.
New idea. Okay, so
It does seem strange that if the Methuselah we're looking for is here, they only took a canopic jar instead of a sarcophagus.
Do you think they were there for what we're looking for too, or is this just a huge with? I don't like.
It's kind of big
coincidences.
coincidence.
It's a pretty big coincidence.
So I say we find that bad boy quickly.
Okay, so dead body.
Since we're further away from where they are, and I am not as much afraid of running directly into them, I'm going to Okay, I'm not going to do that. I was going to use blink because it lets me move in a line up to 50 meters long in like one action. But every time I use it, I have to make a rouse check. That's a good way for me to go into frenzy with my rolls. So I'm not going to do that. But I am moving quickly.
So I guess. Does anybody have like a nice high level ID card left on them? Any of the corpses?
Um, high level, there are security cards for the most part, which lets them into most rooms.
Does anybody
with the
have like a
keys.
name tag or an ID on them that like would denote what their position or role is in the museum that might give me an idea of how much access they might be likely to have?
Well, if they're security guards, they probably have access to everywhere because
I meant like curator, department heads, technologists. Like,
So far, everyone you're finding, except for the one person, has been security.
I mean,
It's
the curator probably went home for the night.
right, but I'm just saying, it's like, well, security guard is good. They probably have keys to everything. So, let me see if I can find a card or something.
meanwhile, Dex is on the ceiling. Guys, keys.
Right, but we're separated now.
Oh, for some reason I thought he was like just crawling above you guys, just like keys.
Yeah, I think we split up.
Yeah, Magnolia fucked off in her own direction. It's Cornelius and Nissa, and then like Dex is over top of them, I think, and Mag's gone off somewhere.
We're professionals.
I think she's like skipping down like that corridor on the right side up to the north end, like headed towards the stairwell.
Professionals, right? So I was under the impression that I didn't have to pull a full Spider-Man. I thought I was just standing on the ceiling.
Let me check what it
I
is.
mean, no, don't worry about the specifics. I don't want to derail for that.
I know it has to be at least 2 hands.
As opposed to how many?
Just 1.
Oh, okay. So Spider-Maning it.
Yeah, so forget it. I don't want to derail the campaign for that.
Too late.
God damn
But-
it.
That's all
I mean,
right.
it's not derailing. We also need to know it because other characters have this in the future.
Can you imagine what Callie would get up to with this power?
Yeah, you're essentially climbing like a insect. So
You had to eat a spider to cast that.
A spider coated in blood.
Okay, so they go down easier, but still, you're eating a spider.
I mean, it's like chocolate covered grasshoppers. I don't see the problem here.
tastes just like blood. It's fine.
A little bit crunchy.
Based on the little bit of Arabic I know, can I do an investigation check to try and see if I can find where this might be closer? I don't think that's ours.
It's not.
Okay.
That's mine.
I'm pretty
So-
sure ours is in the bedroom, sleeping.
So what exactly are you doing, Katrina?
Trying to guess based on like the signs and everything,
Mhm.
where this sarcophagus might be.
Okay. Well, so looking at the different signs and all of you doing your thing, you all kind of converge onto the same area where there's a chorizo. Yes, there's a chorizo. Where you essentially know that it's kind of like what's the thing called? Preservation, restoration, kind of like where they
Oh.
go and
Restoration.
Restoration.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they looks like they have it in there from the signs and what the brochures you guys have said. You know, you look at the brochures and you just have the museum people like in poses like this is the preservation room where we put new arrivals and stuff. It's like the kind of hokey thing in brochures.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mr. DNA, how did you get here?
Yeah, it's called amber.
From your blood.
I am a vampire.
Poke head in.
All right, you poke your head in, you're looking, and you so Nissa, you hear a couple voices from inside. Well, you all hear it, but you know the language.
Okay.
One's like, "Wow, we're not here for this, but this would be interesting. Like, I know we're supposed to be leaving and all, but that looks like it's that old Enochian language. Yeah, that's
How many of them?
sounds like 2 voices.
Can I peek my head around the corner and look just to spot check and make sure?
Yeah, do a real quick wits and awareness.
Where's my awareness? I've got
Oh.
wits at +3.
Top
Oh,
of
+2.
the
Okay,
Yeah.
so 5. Got it.
I remember to replace with the blood hungers.
Right. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is how many dice I have to roll. The fact that it's also Mambo number 5 is completely irrelevant. Blood 9. Okay. 2, 8. Another 8. And a 5.
So 3 successes.
Wait, actually, that's all the dice I have, actually, yes. So, yes, 3 successes.
All right. So you turn your head around the corner real quick, and as you do, you see the two, and one is like staring right where your head would be, and it's like, and as you pull back, he's like, I think I may have just. Did you see that? And the guy's like, see what? And it's like, there's a. Hello?
Hi!
Oh, God,
I
no.
will like mess my hair up a little bit and wander out. Hi, what do you guys do? Oh, I didn't know there were other people in here. I saw the door open and I just figured I'd wander in. I'm a little tipsy of my. Oh shit! Fuck. Can I use rapid reflexes to dodge?
Yeah.
We don't want no drunk wandering people.
Okay, so I have 2 things. I have rapid reflexes, which means I don't suffer a penalty when I don't have cover against firearms, and then I also have fleetness, which I can activate again, which I might still have active. It's active for
Fleetness is non-combat.
but once a turn, I can also do this when defending with Dex and Athletics.
All right. That's right, Chorizo.
Okay, so do I roll something?
No, unless you want to take it.
Dex and I do not. I would like to not. Okay, so Dex and Athletics plus my 3 from being fast as fuck. Cool. So not a lot. And do I need to do a rouse check? Would you say that's still active, or do I need to activate it again?
For
Fleetness.
yeah, reactivate.
I'm getting hungry. I might get a snack. Yeah, if we kill these guys. Okay. 3 successes.
All right. So it fires and yeah, the slow motion thing was like, and you're just kind of like, and as you do that, you notice that the 2 guys see you moving like that, and are just like,
That's just fucking rude.
they're like, oh, you're a vampire, kindred.
I am, and I would prefer if you would put your fucking guns down. I'm gonna activate all.
Oh,
Nope, not that one.
not all. Oh,
Ooh.
What movie was that?
That's
George of the Jungle.
fucking jungle.
Thank you. Thank you.
And they looked on the mountain with all. Oh,
Like a Mel Brooks bit, man. It's so good.
Okay.
yes. Of course, no hard feelings. It's just we thought you were a normal person. We didn't expect anyone here, but obviously, we don't want to mess with the, kindred or anything. We want to be like you.
Mhm.
You wouldn't have to be a member of the followers of Set, would you?
So can I, while he's yakking on and being distracted by Nissa, can I actually like move around behind them and like get my Kopesh up to where I can basically put it around his neck before revealing myself?
Yeah, with just do a rouse check for the invisible movement, and you can do that.
Okay, 7.
So you activate that and just kind of.
Yeah. So
Excellent.
I would like to use my stick up intimidation to basically like pop out of the shadows, and he's got like suddenly like a Kopesh necklace.
Alright.
Says, where we are from and who we are with is of no consequence. You have your trinket. We'll take ours now.
I only understood part of that, but okay, we don't really want to miss anything. Nice Kopesh, by the way. Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by trinkets and stuff, but hey, we
The
cool.
jar.
We saw.
Oh, yes, the canopic jar. Yes, it is. We are returning it to where it belongs instead of in the hands of the British.
On your way. But don't be greedy. This one's ours.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you know what this is?
We're here for it. That's all you need to know.
Hey, just real quick. I'm just gonna say, if you guys want to like turn me and my friend here, we will help you carry it out. Just an option. If not, we can leave. I'm just offering services or just blood. We'll take we'll take a little Vitae too instead. Either or, if you just want us to leave, we will. I'm giving you the offer. Me and my buddy here will help you. Just a little bit of blood, you know.
I'm gonna like lick the side of his ear and say the only blood you can leave here tonight is the stuff that's currently in your bodies. If you'd like it to remain there, I suggest you hurry on your way.
Okay, we can leave. I mean, like I said, just giving you the count.
To be fair, did we have a plan for how to get this fucking sarcophagus out of here?
I mean, between the four of us, I think we probably have enough strength to get it out.
I mean, I have 1 dot. Oh,
I also have a dot.
So, just as a side note, in a lot of museums, they have dollies. And
I'm just saying.
carts
Yeah, we
and-
have means.
I'm too pretty for manual labor. Okay.
Princess.
It's fair.
I'm playing a Toreador, yo.
No,
Like,
I know. So it would be like Principessa, but
mhm.
I don't want to break a nail.
Yeah, it takes all night to grow that shit back.
It's true. I lean in the door and I just say, I look at the two of them from one to the other. I'm like, did you really have to make such a mess
all that
of the
waste.
security staff?
How many of you are there? Oh my, yeah.
More
oh,
than
no
you'll ever
witnesses.
know.
You know, they didn't have to see you. You could have just not killed so many people. It leaves, you may not leave witnesses, but you leave questions.
A lot
Did
of
you at
trail.
least think to check and delete the camera footage?
Yes, one of us is deleting it as we speak.
Okay, well at least you're not completely useless.
Hold on a minute. Like I've subterfuge. Is subterfuge a specialty that I could tell when somebody else is bullshitting?
That would be
Uh,
insight.
Insight. I have 3 dots of insight. I would like to see if this guy is lying to me.
So insight and wits.
6. Okay. Okay, blood's a 9. Okay, 8, a 3, a 10, and a 1. And
So I think that was 3 successes.
and yeah, and a 5. Because I have like actually 6, and so 1 blood, and then 5 others.
So, it's
Matter Trizo.
it was more the way he said it was less of a definitely more like a we're not that dumb kind of yeah.
So he wasn't like trying to bullshit. It was just like, yeah, this is our first show.
Yeah, it's like we know
Okay.
what we're doing.
All right.
It's like we've this isn't our first time robbing places.
You missed one. She's out running down the street right now. If you hurry, you might catch her.
It's true.
We missed one.
Oh, shit.
Like it's okay. Yeah, we're also just so you know how professional we are planting evidence. So it seems like it was a like a terrorist attack and stuff too. So we're not
Wise.
dumb.
Good. Carry on with that now.
Who are you getting the trinket for?
Come now, Nissa. They don't need to know our business, and we don't need to know theirs.
I mean,
It's like
we're willing to do a
nothing.
one-on. I mean, you said to just leave, but if you're willing to do a question for answer kind of thing, I'm game for a
Quid
little
pro
blood.
quo.
Giving you the stink eye now, Nissa.
For a little blood, we can just leave. I mean, but you keep asking questions as we're trying to leave, so you can understand how it's a little confusing for us when one of you is like, "Leave, or I'm going to chop your head off," and the other one's like, "Hey, I got 101 questions."
She always thinks she's in charge.
She's the one with the Kopesh. You can leave.
Okay.
Y'all have just experienced my day in a matter of 3 minutes.
What a
You want to
drop.
join the followers of the Church of Set, and
Did you actually bring pamphlets? You rolled out a pamphlet. He yelled out.
no, it's a business card, but yes.
I'll actually take the business card just to see.
He's like, I do have a pamphlet though.
Pamphlet.
I was gonna say is like Magnolia. The last time she joined a religion, it ended up getting her turned. So her sire was one of those Osiris types.
Mm.
I just proceed, go down. Like, dang. The one's like, as Nissa can understand him. The one guy was speaking English after he discovered you all started talking. But Nissa kind of overhears slightly. The one's like, you blew it, man. We could have got stuff. Why were you such a dweeb about it? You could have acted cool.
Don't be so desperate, man. They don't like that.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go check the box.
Yeah, we don't want to make sure that our
Yeah.
friend is still sleeping.
And you see a lot of Enochian script all along it. It's very old.
Would we
Looks like it's
happen-
made of, I think, basalt, I believe is the material.
Would we
Assault
happen to have
battery.
been wise enough to bring stakes, just in case?
I've got a leather opener I found in the office down there.
Got a Kopesh. It takes heads off something lovely.
Would one of those work, Kevin?
No. Probably
Uh,
not.
The letter opener would serve as a stake at least.
I mean, Kopesh taking the head off?
I mean to put his ass back in torpor if he wakes up.
Chopping the head off would definitely kill them.
Well, yeah, but
That is a thing. Vampires do need their heads to survive most of the time.
yeah, but we weren't paid to kill him. I don't think.
No, but if shit gets sideways, then we need to know that we can't.
We need to make sure he doesn't wake up.
So, do we need some garlic oil? What are we? I mean, what are we here for? What are we doing? Are we gonna chain him up? Do we have a dolly? Hello, dolly. Hello.
Hello, my daughter. Hello, my daughter.
No.
Okay.
Like Satchma.
Fucking 9 to 5.
Not
So-
that dolly.
Would
God.
we have had the forethought to bring something like that with us, Kevin, or would we have to make do with what we can find in the room?
As you're doing that, I'll say Dex, who's probably still on the ceiling, you look and you do see the dollies and forklifts and power jacks that could possibly help with this.
We must have had like a van or something to load this into, right? Like we had to.
Yeah.
Yes, I will say that you're smart enough since you knew it was a sarcophagus that you got either a good van or maybe a
box
flatbed
truck?
like pickup truck with a
Cab or
Wow.
something.
yeah with a cab. So whatever kind of vehicle you think you drive, like a van or nice pickup,
Oh, we'll
Mini
get.
Cooper.
It's London, so we'll get one of those nice like Mercedes-Benz lorries. Like it's all like big high cab panel van with like the humongous ass back doors, double doors.
Yeah, just
Nice
yeah,
and
that.
roomy.
And you do know that you're not too far from the loading bay, which would be easier to load in and out.
Mhm.
Though you do know that's where the cult of Set is also going to take their stuff and everything out. That's where they parked.
Okay, well they can get set and go, and we'll start loading this some bitch out. And I'm sure by the time we get it hauled down there, they'll be on their way out, and we can take our leave.
We should open the box first, make sure he's not gonna pop up.
Oh, for
Mhm.
sure. So about that, how are we making sure he stays stuck in the box? And like,
Well,
is it rattling? Is it shaking? Is it steaming? Is it smoking? Is it breathing? Is it bleeding?
So, mechanically, when a vampire is in torpor, they're basically in a coma. They are still alive,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not going anywhere unless either the stake is removed or they're given blood. if something had happened to jostle that stake loose and he has been slowly coming to and then sees a nice, tasty younger vampire right there opening the door, he might just wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Well-
because Methuselah's, the older you are, the less and less mortal blood does it for you. So at a certain point, only vampire blood
Oh.
works for you.
Great.
Which is also the reason we don't want these fuckers around.
Right.
Because I don't like being the prey anymore.
Yeah, we're much tastier than they would be, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, yeah,
So
about
I'm
that.
gonna say,
What did we bring
let's-
to make sure that didn't happen?
Yeah, let's if we did not bring some stakes, I would say let's make some.
There's things you can break in here.
Yes.
Have
Yeah.
I found anything?
You found. I mean, were you looking for something other than the sarcophagus?
No.
Yeah, yeah. Were you away when
think
I
we
said
were-
that?
I
you
think
might
we
have-
all were circling back around and found it at the same time, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, you might have. Yeah, you walked away when I said that. I think. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, you all essentially ended up all finding out where it was and kind of meeting back up. So I forgot you had walked away, and that's my
Didn't
bad.
hear that part.
Yeah, that's total my bad.
I think I'm just gonna stick with my Kopesh.
Is there any identifying features so we know who might be inside this
Um,
sarcophagus?
There is the Nokian and older languages, like predating ancient Egyptian on it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It says, "Hi, my name is Adam."
Hello, Adam. It's nice to meet you.
Anybody speak ancient and Nokian?
I don't think so.
No, but
I
I have
look-
a lot of
All right.
a lot
Anybody
of
have
languages.
academics?
Yo.
History.
All right, those who have academics, roll intelligence and academics.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's actually a lot of dice. I'm very smart.
Magnolia's just gonna like stand there, like at the door, like at the crack of the coffin, like a baseball swing pose, just ready to just haul off and just go if that thing comes open.
So, I think I just had a stroke because I got all 3 ones.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no!
Wait, how many in academics do you have?
1 in academics, 2 in intelligence. All 3 of them were ones.
How many of them were your hunger dice?
1.
All right, so you can use your willpower, spend that, and reroll those 2 non-hunger dice.
Okay. I mean, at this point, I don't know. Do I need to do this or?
So basically, that like messy critical that Kevin was talking about, where
Sure.
bad shit happens, only
Each-
triggers if you get no successes. Which
That's
you
bestial
can-
failure, but yeah.
That one.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you would trigger a bestial failure right now.
So willpower and reroll the other 2.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay.
It's up to 3 dice that are not hunger dice.
Okay. 6 and a 10, so 2 successes.
All right.
I also got 2 successes.
I got
Alright.
4 successes.
All right. Good. Yeah, I would tell you that if you had kept with the bestial failure, I probably would have had you just get frustrated not being able to read and just rip the lid right off. That would have been fun.
It would have been. It may not have been the smart move, but it would have,
it would have been exciting.
advanced everything.
It could have been very interesting, yeah.
Information I can't have.
So you're reading up into it. A lot of it is just old and stuff, but as you're working together and piecing things, you're seeing certain words that look familiar. You see something that you believe translates to Yanosh, which is a word it's like a name that's popped up occasionally. You've like heard it in the past, but unless one of you is a Nautic scholar, it's not a name that really is on the forefront. You see that. You see something else that mentions of something about the word Cain on it. Another word that kind of translates to ruler of Cain or ruler of children of Seth. You think?
Oh, set.
Um, yeah, so Set is the third child of Adam and Eve, the humans, children of Seth.
Hmm.
Um, so you're seeing some of that stuff. And yeah, it's old, and you also just like academic, like looking at the stuff and judging from material. It's without really dating it or whatever, just by your knowledge of stealing artifacts throughout for other people. This thing is probably well over 6,000 years old.
So they've been having a nap for a very long time.
All right. All right. Let's get the stakes.
Also, judging by it, it would probably take someone with like by themselves if they try to actually lift the lid instead of pushing it. The lid itself probably weighs like 800 pounds alone.
Okay, pushing.
More
Definitely
dots.
pushing.
More dots. More dots. More dots.
Yeah, so lifting it, you're gonna have to be a little swole, like mountain size, like the actor who played the mountain. But pushing's easier, obviously.
I would like to go break up some pallets and make some steaks.
Fry up some steaks, medium rare.
I'm just gonna stand there, just waiting for that coffin to fucking move.
Pass them out.
We're in agreement. We're not going to open this if we don't have to.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
The thing is I worry that if we don't open it, then he gets out in the middle of a box in the middle of traffic.
Okay, look, I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid. How are we gonna secure this during transit? I mean, chains?
Yeah, it's doing that.
I mean, we can get some like, I don't know what they're called.
Yeah. So
The straps, like the nylon,
yeah.
like cargo straps.
yeah, you're all one. You probably brought some things with you, and two, at the loading bay, they probably have this stuff because they do note that they transported this from the Middle Eastern Iraq area through Europe to England without it opening or breaking. So if a bunch of humans can do it, y'all can do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if we use the furniture dolly
Mhm.
or the forklift.
So are we not opening the box?
No,
Oh no, I
I'm
think
crazy,
we
but I'm
leave
not
it.
stupid.
We leave it closed unless we have to open it.
What I want to at least try some type of, and forgive me if this doesn't work the same, some type of insight check. I want to put my brains against the wall. That sounded bad. And figure what are the chances that this thing may have been woken up or maybe somewhat conscious. If that matters at all. If not, we can just skip.
What is your intelligence? How many dots you got on that?
2 in intelligence, 3 in insight.
And how many in science?
Nothing in science.
Okay. Yeah, you're 99% sure that it has yet to open.
That's good news.
No,
Yeah,
that's
There's
not what I
yeah.
asked.
If this thing had stirred and was awake, it would have opened it. There's no way a vampire would just stay in a coffin for no reason.
Hungry.
Yeah. Because the hunger of waking from torpor is probably one of the most mind haunting kind of things where it's very hard for humans to really exhibit because unless you're like at that state where your body's eating itself, you're so hungry. It's like you're hungry enough to eat durian fruit. Hungry.
Nah.
Okay, never mind then.
All right, let's get the dollies.
I'm gonna like wander over to the Victorian England section and like find all the China dolls that have like the pretty frilly dresses and the dead eyes and they're all spooky looking. And I'm gonna wander back and be like, "Hi."
Are you carrying them with you when you come back?
But yeah, like I've got like the Kopesh in one hand and like she's just got like an armful of dollies.
That is not the dollies I meant to get, buddy.
We're looking for the ones with wheels.
It's fine, I've got it.
I saw one with a little pram.
That's
God.
not going to be big enough.
Oh, okay.
I head back to like the dock area to get the dollies.
I'm gonna help her.
You go there. As you do, you see a van and you see the cultists. They have several bodies that a lot of them they're wrapping up and throwing them in the van while they're also like getting a few other things from like the Egyptian department, a few others that they're putting in. That just the one looks over, it's like
Just us.
Or Jerry.
yeah. There's like one walks over, it's like, good night, whoever you are. We understand you're vampires. I am in charge of the group. Believe we have a good understanding. You saw nothing we did. You saw nothing you have done. You get your items. We get our items.
Goodbye.
Indeed.
Nothing good. Correct. It is good.
Have a good night.
All right. You too. Just walks. They walk. Just start pulling the stuff away. You guys get your things.
Mhm.
Okay.
Halfway
Picture.
tempted to throw a bloodstone in there.
Oh.
Just to, actually,
It's a magnet, right? You can stick it to the outside of the van.
Potentially, yeah. If you chose a magnet. Yep.
I think just for shits and giggles, I want to throw one of the bloodstones on, say, a hubcap. Nobody looks at the hubcaps.
It's true. Yeah, it's pretty easy for you to just go over, and especially since now that they know what you are, they're a lot more friendly. So you can essentially just come over and be like, "How you guys doing? Just checking out your van. Really nice." Boop. Just walk away.
That's the plan. It may not garner anything in the long run, but hey, I'm an information broker. I want to know where they're heading.
Yeah. So they're go that. You guys get the sarcophagus up. It is a little bit hefty and stuff, but like I said, a bunch of normal people could do it. Most of you, four of you together. Anybody got potence by chance?
But
No?
All right.
I don't know what it is, so I'm assuming no.
It's a
we,
discipline power.
some of us that are not as peckish as me could also rouse the blood for a little extra something if they need, but I would prefer not to be at 4 hunger right now.
Yeah. So.
I'm trying to find the discipline list, like the discipline powers in the.
Good luck.
in
This
the-
document is
Let's see.
this document is built like ass.
Hold on. Let me. I almost had it memorized. Okay, so it should be starting around page 243.
Thank you.
Give or take a page, obviously PDF versus book. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
The
Yeah.
one he's talking about potence is page
Something.
263ish.
So- Let's say since you don't really have any stressors at the second, you manage to get it to your vehicle, put in, secure it, and you can leave if you want to.
I want to make sure that we have like some cargo straps or something on this thing, so if it does decide to get jostled in the van.
Yeah, not only did you bring some, there's actually quite a bit in the docking thing for when they are transporting
Other large stuff like this.
precious artifacts. Yeah.
Super. Okay.
Mhm.
Loving this.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna
You're-
keep watch for anything like cops or something that might be coming outside while
Yep.
while we're getting this all
Yeah.
buttoned up.
So as you kind of drive away, you don't really
Unless
hear-
anybody else is volunteering this whole drive.
Yeah, so you're supposed to meet your contact at there's a I think London has a shipping area. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's on the Thames, so yeah.
The Thames.
Yeah, whatever it's called. It's the stinky area. It used to be really stinky back in the day, apparently. That's when they were like, man, we got to do something about it, dumping all the shit in the water. It smells.
It's just been too easy here. As we start pulling up, like Magnolia's gonna start getting like a just uneasy feeling about it, and she would like to force a premonition just to see, try and look ahead at this drop off.
Okay.
So rouse me, and I'm still pretty not hungry, and I got a 9, so that's cool.
And then it's aspects and resolve, I believe.
Yes.
I'm starting to learn that one because every game we have had so far, people have had that and are using it. It's very useful.
Okay. So do I still make one of these blood if I've done arouse just now? I don't know how that interacts.
Yeah, you any roll you add the blood unless we say it's a check, like rouse checks and stuff, that you don't add it to.
Okay, so blood was 6.
Mhm.
So now my other 4. All right. 7, 5, 8, and 2.
3 successes.
Yay.
So I kind of force the premonition. You see you guys at the docks, escorting this thing over, putting it onto a cargo container. A gentleman with long black hair, wearing sunglasses, handing over a briefcase with money, and that's it.
Okay. I still have the Kopesh. Like I just brought it with us. Put it down.
Oh yeah, you could. It's not the most expensive thing that you got at the museum, but it is real, so you could get a couple £100 from it if you sell it.
How many of the dolls did you take?
Oops. I think I left those. They
Oh.
were the wrong kind.
So make it to the docks, pull up, see a gentleman walk up. It's like, you are the courtier.
Where?
Name is Cuthbert Beckett. Good to meet you all.
As well.
So you got the item all secure and everything?
It's in the van.
All right, let's get it into my shipping container. After a bit, you see him. Yeah, he helps you. He's a lot stronger than you guys. Looks like he might have got points and potence and just more of a physical specimen.
Also, if she knows anything at all about him, she's probably well aware.
Yeah,
He's probably a lot older than us.
Yeah, most of you have heard the name Beckett. Overall, he is a vampire archaeologist and one like the best scholars of vampire kind, and often pays for people to retrieve artifacts and stuff, and is not a part of that. So probably talked to the Prince of Paris and stuff, and got the information in order to get you guys to retrieve this. So let's see if I can find a cool picture of him to send. Here's a good enough picture. Unless Katrina just sent that. Is that what you just sent? No.
I was good enough.
That didn't actually get whatever.
Mm.
That's good enough. So
It's
put
tiny.
the things in, locks it, hands you the briefcase for money. He's like, thanks.
Good doing business.
Yeah, went out without a hitch like normal.
Yeah.
Alright.
I got the wrong dollies, but it was okay.
Don't
All right.
ask.
Child of Malkav. Understandable. All right. So yeah, thanks a lot. I'll be heading to Baltimore and just going to do some stuff there. And if I have need for you, I'll send a message through everything in order to get the information we need. And any artifacts, you guys are very professional. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. And he goes, and you have your money. There's actually a little bonus too. There's an extra £500 per person.
Nice.
Yep. And that's the end of the session.
Yeah, as soon as we get out of there, Nissa is going to take her chair and go pick up some rando in a bar and try not to kill him.
Oh,
But she's so hungry.
bless.
Yeah.
Well, it's just bad form to kill him. Then you can't drink from him again.
Yeah, so with that, hope everybody had a bloody good time.
All right. Good night, all.
All right, take it easy. Thank you guys. This was fun.
But-
I'm stopping the recording.